More than smoke, cash in the trade with the truth we hold. Dark telling dark, real men talk about the weight on they souls. More than smoke, cash that light, but we don't hide when the days feel cold. More than smoke, we burn it down so we can build back whole. It's just more than smoke.
Good afternoon. What's up? What's good? Welcome to another episode of More Than the Smoke, where the status disappears, but the smoke stays the same. I am your host, Brother Jay, and it's another beautiful Saturday. Ooh, my forehead is shining. Probably gonna get comments on that. It's all good. Good day. It's a sunny day outside. It's got some clouds, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, welcome to another episode of More Than the Smoke. I just want to talk a little bit. That's all. I just want to talk a little bit. I want to talk about consistency. My stick today, I got a favorite, maybe a favorite of many. The La Aroma. Let me get it here. The La Aroma de Cuba. I don't think I've smoked this before. It has a Connecticut broadleaf wrapper, Nicaraguan binder, and a Nicaraguan filler. And it's made by My Father. I have smoked several My Fathers, My Father Blue, and a couple of other ones. I don't know offhand. I don't know by heart. So yeah. So I want to talk about a couple of things. I want to go ahead and get this lit up. I didn't want to light it and then say what it is or whatever. But anyway, that's what I'm about to light up. I got some libation on the side here. I'm drinking some, what am I drinking? It's some rum chata. Rum chata, living a little dangerously. Rum chata. Oh, that's good. I think that's good. Got a cutting it with a V cut, so we're gonna get into it. Hope everybody's doing well this beautiful Saturday. And yeah, we're gonna get into it. It's been an awesome week. Smooth week. And so let's see. I've been last couple of times, most times when I've been cutting my cigars with a V cut, I learned this from a gentleman I follow on YouTube. I don't remember his name. I think he's out of Miami, Florida or whatever. And so he cuts it one time, right? I've been cutting it one time. And then he sometimes cuts his two times. So it creates a cross anyway. I've found it to work for me. It increases the airflow most times. Yeah. So we're going to get into it. And yeah, so somewhere in here, the conversation of choice is going to be on consistency. However, before that, we're going to get into some cigar content. In that I've shared my stick, so I've cut it. And so now I'm going to light it. I think I'm going to talk a little bit about, as my phone is charging as well, I'm going to talk a little bit about I'm calling it, I don't really have a name for it, but I would just say my rating criteria, how I rate my cigars, the enjoyment and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to go over that. I think I got about 13 points. I don't think I ever use all 13 points. I'm pretty consistent with with at least 5, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna get into that. I'm gonna talk a little bit about that, go over that, and then again, I'm gonna talk about consistency from the standpoint of coming on here every week. I'm committed to that. This is considered, I have to go back and see, but I believe this is considered episode 4, session 3. Let me check that out right quick. Let me check that out. There's still a couple I haven't done yet, so I believe this is, we're going to figure it out by the end. I'm going to know by the end. Yes, I believe this is episode 4, session 3. So possibly as the date of this episode, I have about 4. I have 4 total videos. And by the time, the idea is that by the time this my channel goes live, or you know what I'm saying, it goes from unlisted to public, I should have about 5 or 6 official videos. I'm trying to create momentum, so that's why you're hearing me say this, but that's why I haven't currently went live or published the channel, started the channel or whatever. I mean, the channel has started, but I haven't made it public because I'm trying to create momentum. That speaks to the whole idea of consistency. All right, let me cut that and let's light up. Again, I'm smoking the La Aroma de Cuba. I believe this is a 560, 550. I think it's like a 550. I don't think I've ever smoked this before, so this is my first time. Would love for you, listeners and subscribers, to share in the comments. Have you smoked the stick before, and what was your experience? So far, I'm not big on, if you like this content, I invite you to like, share, and subscribe. And if you continue you hit the notification button when I go live, or you know, when a video is come up. When a video comes up, you will learn that, as I will say this, I'm not big on notes. Oh, I taste this. I taste cedar and shoestrings and, you know, leather and creamy butter fat. I'm not big on notes. However, that's not to say that there have been plenty of sticks that I've smoked where I believe the stick compelled me. It pulled me. It invited me, so to speak. It invited me to taste its notes. So, though I shared a little humor there, what I'm not going to be is in denial that most times, that sometimes I taste notes. I taste certain notes. Cocoa, woodiness, you know. But we just lit that up, and so I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm at the smoke that a little bit. Something I'm currently learning how to do, which I look forward to presenting here on the channel, is music. You know, working on that right now. Currently working on that, and this time around, I am making significant progress. So that's what I'm currently working on. Consistency. That's what we're talking about today. Is consistency, commitment to coming on here and providing content, bringing some cigar content, and then presenting what I'm calling transformation content. That's encouragement, speaking just sharing inspiration. Sharing inspiration, providing inspiration. And so, yeah, that's what I want to do here. So just want to talk a little bit. Like I said, just want to talk a little bit. This something I'm trying to stay consistent with, as well as the way in which I come on, and you know, my presentation of, you know, welcome to more than the smoke, where status disappears but the smoke stays the same. I want to be consistent with that. That as those of you who will enjoy this content, you will get used to me saying that. You'll say it yourself. That whole model, so to speak, will become a household model. I don't know. So as I've been saying, this is something else I'm trying to segue into. Something I've said on previous videos: what determines how long this video is, how long it takes me to smoke this stick. Talk, smoking the stick, talk, drinking a little. That is what determines how long I'm on here. And hopefully, in the midst of all of that, I'm saying something inspirational. I'm saying something useful. I'm saying something encouraging. I'm saying something enlightening. You know what I'm saying? I love to speak into people's lives. I love to encourage people and stuff. So far, creamy smoke. Loving that ash. We'll see how far I can go with the ash. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit. First of all, again, cigar content. So here's something lately that I've been running into. It's been over humidification of my cigars. So I have accumulated approximately currently about 90 sticks, and the way I had been storing them was I have a humidor, small humidor. Maybe just by way of my mentioning that, I'm going to learn how to maybe on this particular video, I'm going to learn how to insert a photo. So on the mention of the humidor that I have, I'm going to try to provide a image in here. Anyway, I'm learning. You know what I'm saying? I'm still learning. So anyway, I have a humidor. My humidor can fit up to 70 sticks, but because all of the sticks that I had in there had the cellophane on them, that particular humidor, it filled up pretty quick. So I started keeping sticks in the cedar boxes that you can pick up at any, B&M, brick and mortar. Let me say this as well. I've not been, I've been in the culture I've been in the culture for less than a year. But in the time that I've been a part of this culture, I've learned a lot. Especially I've learned a lot about myself. And so More Than the Smoke exists for me to share my experience in this culture. I'm no expert, but I just want to share my story, how I got into the culture and all that kind of stuff. So in these various videos, I'll be sharing that. I'll be sharing that along with, again, aspects of my life, where I'm from and all that kind of stuff. I believe I have something to say. That's what I'm out to do, is to be of an encouragement to whoever comes across this channel. So I have been trying to follow the rules, the proverbial, how do I say, what I had been hearing upon coming into the culture, and as I started accumulating cigars and stuff, I had been hearing that 69% Bovita packs were the ideal packs for all cigars. I don't smoke. I have not had the privilege yet of smoking any Cuban cigars. So I've heard, or I think what I've heard is that Cuban cigars are different from regular premium, cigars, and you have to keep them you have to use different techniques with in terms of humidification. So anyway, I took the advice of folks who were telling me in these B&Ms or whatever videos, YouTube videos, that 69% was the way to go. So I got some 69% Bovita packs, put them in my humidor, and left them, and kept my humidor out the sun and everything, and for a good while, I was enjoying my sticks. But as many of you seasoned smokers would probably say, yeah, you start running into some trouble, right? Yeah. My stick started, how could I say? It started, the draw started being tighter, and I was having to poke. I started poking the sticks to try to get more airflow, and that would only go so far, and it would, close back up again and stuff. And so, and then the other thing I was running into, which many of you probably run into, is I was trying to learn get the whole education on the humidification versus the temperature, in my place and all that kind of stuff. I thought, they marry and they come together and that means something, and doesn't kind of work that way. That's what I'm seeing. It has a lot it can have a combination. It could be a combination of things. It could be the temperature, but also could be the area or the time zone or whatever, the area in which I live. I live in Georgia. So, it's getting to be, in the next couple of months, it's going to be springtime and then summertime, and we're going to see. You know what I'm saying? We're going to see. So, long story short, all right, we're getting there slowly but surely. Long story short, I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna smoke this down a little bit, and then I'm gonna come back just so I'm not talking, just constantly talking. I don't know. I'm gonna figure all this out. So I went on using the 69% Bovita packs, started experiencing the tightness. I started thinking it had something to do with the temperature in my apartment and all that kind of stuff. So I started keeping it cold in here, thinking that if I'm using 69% Bovita packs, then my temperature in my place needs to be 69 or 68, degrees or whatever. And over a period of time, that didn't work either. I was still experiencing inconsistency. So I took all my cigars, all the cigars that I accumulated, and I put them in these. I'm gonna have to go get the bag. I'll be right back. All right, we back. So, as I was saying, I took all my cigars out of my humidor, out of the cedar boxes that I had them in, and at one of my local B&Ms, I was able to pick up some of these bags. So I got about 6 or 7 of these bags. And so what I did was, again, going on the advice of a YouTube video, and the advice of individuals who work at the particular B&Ms that I frequent. One second. I want to read the sidebar. I want to read some of the notes. I got these notes off of ChatGPT. It could be right. It may be wrong. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Something that said about this, the profile makeup for this cigar, because I'm tasting. I'm looking at, how I'm experiencing the stick. Oh, and then I'm gonna talk a little bit about that. The bulk of this cigar literally might end up being just cigar content, just for this video. The idea, though, is I want to talk about consistency, because that's what I'm trying to do in building up momentum of making these videos. I'm trying to be consistent with it. I'm committed to coming on here once a week. Sometimes I get a little overwhelmed and think I can do 2 in a week, and maybe I can, but I haven't yet. So trying to do 1 video a week, and every week, publish that video either by Saturday or Sunday, so that you can get the new content. So the first third, it says, these are the notes from the La Aroma de Cuba. If you are an experienced smoker, more experienced than me, you can make down in the comments, say something nice. You know what I'm saying? About this particular cigar, how you've experienced it. What you tasted, those kind of things. What I'm getting at and I'm wanting to comment on is, this is my first time smoking this cigar, and I'm enjoying it. I'm still in the first third, and I'm enjoying it. And according to ChatGPT, what it has said is, in the first third, you will taste notes of earth, cocoa, dark chocolate, cedar, and light pepper. I haven't tasted any light pepper yet, but I have tasted cocoa. I don't know about earth. Everybody's palate is different. Amazon. I'm waiting on something from Amazon, so it'd be cool if it if it comes early. I think one of my episodes, I'm gonna say it now. I think one of my episodes I'm gonna talk about I don't know how I'm going to title it, but I'm announcing it here on this video. I'm going to talk about cutting my own hair. That's going to be a good one. I look forward to that one. Cutting my own hair. I want to keep my hair. Basically, I want to go ahead and cut it bald. So I'm going to talk about that. I've been getting my hair cut all my life since I was a little boy. And I'm tired of spending money every couple of weeks, every couple of months. And so I figured, I'll buy me a shaver and try to cut my own hair. So we're going to see. Who knows? Maybe I'll do even a live video of that. And hey, content is content. And the hope is that you who will come across this channel will enjoy the content that I present on here. So anyway, first third, earth, cocoa, dark chocolate. I've tasted cocoa. I've tasted some aspects of dark chocolate. No light pepper, but I don't know. It could have everything to do with what I ate earlier. I had some Mexican food, so I don't know. But I'm enjoying it. Is what I really want to get at, is that I'm enjoying it. I invite you as well to share in the comments. Maybe on the day that you are looking at this video, what did you decide to smoke? Maybe you are new to the culture, just like me. I haven't been, like I said, I've not been a part of this culture long, but I am definitely enjoying it. The community and the sense of the camaraderie. I don't know if that's a big word or a word. The camaraderie. And the people are welcoming. Different places that I've gone and stuff, and so I'm like I said, really enjoying being a part of the culture. So I'm in the first third, edging towards the middle. Something else that I do is I write on the bands, on the back of my bands. One of my videos, you'll be able to go back once the channel goes live. You'll be able to go back and look at one of the episodes where I talk about cigars tell stories. And I'm talking about the cigars, but I'm also talking about the bands and how I write on the back of my bands. I date them. I put my little criteria on there. I rate it. Basically, I rate it. And then whatever reflection I may have had, may have experienced while smoking that cigar, I'll put that on the back of the band. And that allows me to go back and remember, like, oh yeah, I remember what day this was. Maybe I was down a little bit, or I was happy. I was thinking about some projects and things that I'm, endeavoring to accomplish or whatever. Sometimes I'll put that on the back of the band. So this one has a really nice band. The thing I try to not do is tear the band, because, man, some of these bands be on here real good, like this one right now. And I don't want to, here we go. I don't want to, there we go. Yo, okay, so anyway, a lot of good space on the back of there. I'll make some notes and say some things about it. So, I talked about the first third. I'm edging toward the middle third. Let me talk a little bit. We're coming up on 30 minutes, and hopefully, I don't know, you've enjoyed this content. You've enjoyed something I've said. Hopefully you're still here, and if you're still here, make a note in the comment. Hey, at 29, 30, I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, put up a thumb or whatever. Again, hopefully you will enjoy this content. Again, let me say again, for those of you who may be just joining, welcome to another episode of More Than the Smoke, where status disappears, but the smoke stays the same. I am your host, Brother Jay, and today I am smoking a La Aroma de Cuba. This is my first time smoking it. I'm enjoying it, edging toward the middle third. And I have a term that I use. Everybody's heard the term box worthy, meaning I would buy a box of these. But I also say humidor worthy. And what I mean by that is humidor worthy to me is I'm willing to purchase a minimum. I would purchase a minimum of 5 of a stick up to the max of 10. So these are humidor worthy in that I would keep them in my humidor. But I wouldn't buy necessarily a box, but I would definitely, keep them available, in my humidor. And so this La Aroma de Cuba, I'm gonna keep on smoking on it, but I don't know. I'm gonna say right now it's humidor worthy. It's definitely humidor worthy. I'm enjoying it, and I'm gonna just keep on smoking on it. So let me see, where was I at? The issue with these, right? So I got about 6 of these. I was able to pick up about 6 or 7 of these at a local humidor. At a B&M. The guy there, he gave them to me, and I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the things I'm loving about this culture. Man, you get tips. And sometimes people go out of their way to be good to you. When you come with respect, you talk like you got some sense, and you're really interested in the culture and willing to learn and stuff. I've experienced it several times. Some of these folks at these B&Ms, they'll look out for you. They'll be good to you. And so shout out to the local B&Ms in my area, the Cigar Merchant in Roswell, Georgia, Sandy Springs Cigars. Love the people there. What's another one I love going to? Love the folks at Scott's Tobacco. That's downtown near Buckhead. And so, yeah, anyway, getting back to what I'm getting at. I took my cigars, took them out of the humidor, took them out of the cedar bags, the cedar boxes, and I divided them up into these bags. I put them all in, separated them in the bags, in these humidity bags, and put 69% Bovita packs inside of them and let them cure. I guess that's the way of saying it. Let them sit for 7 to 10 days, and I thought I would be improving the humidification by keeping them in these bags. Long story short, again, what began to happen? The sticks started feeling spongy. I thought I was doing something. I honestly thought I was doing something. And the sticks started feeling spongy. I was experiencing tightness in the sticks or whatever, and it was becoming just kind of like irritating in trying to smoke the sticks. One of the things that I do is something else that I do in terms of how I enjoy my sticks is if I'm enjoying the stick, if I'm enjoying it, it's got good smoke, good ash ring and all that kind of stuff. More so it's got that good smoke. I love the creaminess of the smoke and all that kind of stuff. Then I am committed. That is just me. I am committed to smoking this stick down to the end, or as far as I can stand it, because some folks can smoke them strong cigars and smoke it all the way down to the nub. I may or may not be able to do that. Anyway, so I put them in those bags. Come to find out, I should have took them out of the bags probably after the first 7 days. And what I should have had in those bags were not 69% Boveda packs, but 65% Boveda packs. What I have found is that not a lot of B&Ms carry 65% Boveda packs. Matter of fact, they practically don't carry them at all. You have to order them. Off of Amazon. So that's what I ended up doing. Let me take a small break here. Take a sip on this libation here. So that's what I did. Took them out of the bags, put them back into the humidor, and put the rest of my sticks back into the cedar boxes, and put them back with the 69% Boveda packs. But the idea was that I was going to buy the 65% Boveda packs and replace them. What I ended up doing, I believe I have, again, I'm gonna work on, for this particular episode, I want to try to include images. So one of the images I'm going to include is what I ended up purchasing to house all of my cigars. I was thinking about buying another humidor, but it's like, why pay $100 and some odd for a new humidor when you can go maybe a little cheaper and buy a Tupperware? Again, I'm new to the culture. I don't really know. I'm going off of YouTube videos and things I didn't heard or whatever. Tupperware is not the way to go, However, a lot of the guys that I follow on here, content creators, YouTube, cigar content creators, a lot of them have Tupperwares that they house their cigars in. And so I bought me a Tupperware. And I have all of my sticks in there, and I'm really kind of cutting to the chase. And I put 65% Boveda packs in there, and they have been sitting for literally the last 7 days. Today makes the seventh day. The idea is to have them sit in there for up to 10 days. Already, I said all that to say, already, this cigar feels, it doesn't feel spongy at all. It's nice and firm. It's meaty. I'm really enjoying it. You know what I'm saying? I'm enjoying the smoke and everything. And so that to me tells me what I did in housing all my cigars together in this Tupperware with 65% Boveda packs over the last 7 days. It has improved the quality of my stick. And so I'm really enjoying it, and I've seen progress, so I'm happy. And again, I'm committed to this stick. The encouragement piece that I want to offer in here is about consistency. I work Monday through Friday. I'm a truck driver, so I'm on the road all week. And sometimes by the middle of the week, mid part of the week, depending on what's been going on in the week's time, I sometimes get a little discouraged because I start thinking, man, well, what am I going to talk about on Saturday? And all that kind of stuff. And Sometimes I feel like I'm not going to make it. Like man, I'll just kind of, I'll make one next week. But I have to remember that, I want success in this channel. I have to be consistent. I have to show up. Let me segue right here and give a shout out. I may be giving a shout out to this guy a lot because it was his video. This content creator, YouTube content creator I saw popped up on my feed on YouTube, and I watched one of his videos, and I was instantly encouraged by this gentleman. So shout out to content creator It's Just Storm. Appreciate you, brother. Greatly appreciate your videos. Appreciate your words of encouragement to small-time creators such as myself and others who have started channels here in 2026 and are endeavoring to slowly but surely build a successful channel. So again, shout out to him because he was the one who kind of gave me the encouragement about being consistent. And so I was like, okay, I gotta say something. I gotta come on here and say something. And so with all that went on, with all that has gone on in last week's time in terms of my work week and everything like that, and doing some running around today and stuff, I came up with, okay, you know what? Consistency. I'm going to talk about consistency. So, all right, let me get some more into this stick. Still working towards the middle. I haven't gotten there yet. Still haven't picked up on any light pepper. Still tasting the cocoa. Still tasting the dark chocolate. I don't know what earth is. I don't really know what kind of note that is. Earth. So I don't know. Those of you who, if you're enjoying this content, make some notes in the comments about your experience of the different cigars that you have smoked, and what do you consider earth? I don't know. What does that taste? What does that taste like? What does it feel like? But maybe more so, what does it taste like? So consistency. I'm committed to coming on here and sharing things about my life, things I've been through, and I've been through a lot. And I ain't got here by myself. God has brought me a mighty, mighty long way. In case some of you who know me come across my content. If you know me, you know what I'm saying? You know what I've been through. You know what I've come through. And again, I've not come through what I'm continually coming through by myself. God has helped me and carried me many a days, many a nights, many a mornings. He's carried me all the way through it. And so I'm grateful that I'm still here in the land of the living, able to enjoy life, able to say that those who I feel at one time in my life betrayed me, turned their back on me, I have forgiven them totally and absolutely. I have forgiven them. Maybe on one of these episodes, I'll talk a little bit about that. But I have forgiven them, and I'm going on with my life. You know what I'm saying? I can say with not a sense of arrogance, but with a sense of humility. I don't look like what I've been through. I don't look like what I've been through. And again, to God be the glory on that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, what did I say I was going to talk about? Let me see. We almost 45 minutes into this video. It is Saturday afternoon. It's March. It was a nice day today, or it still is a nice day outside. It's blue sky with some clouds, and the weather is nice. I think it's probably about 70. It got almost up to 80 degrees. I have enjoyed this day. You know what I'm saying? I have definitely enjoyed this day so far. Here's something else I do. I want to share. So sometimes when I have this happen, those of you who are new to the culture, you might have this happen where it seems like the stick burns uneven. Here's what I do. Now, whether or not, this is safe, right or wrong or whatever, I don't know. Let me grab another cutter. So what I tend to do is, let me say this right here too. So I have two types of cutters. I purchased this traveling humidor on Amazon. It is the best. Well, it has been so far the best travel humidor that I have owned. And this cutter and a V cutter. These cutters come inside the travel humidor. Well, I also have a cutter like this, which is bigger for like 60 and 70 gauge cigars. So when I experience this, I'll take this bigger cutter and I cut around that, just so that, like I'm about to do right now, I cut around that so that the cigar will be even again and that it would burn even. I do have to be careful that I don't burn myself. And go from where it was back to that. Yeah. So hey, those are some of the I don't know what tips, if you will, to being able to get the stick back to where it can burn evenly. Almost at close to an hour. I don't want to necessarily be here for over an hour. Again, the goal was to talk about consistency, and that's what I'm just doing. I'm trying to be consistent. Again, shout out to It's Just Storm and his. I invite many of you to go and subscribe to that man's channel. He is just a ball of encouragement, encouraging small time content creators, those of us who are just getting started, to be consistent. Him saying that you don't need anything in particular to start a channel. I have my iPhone and I have my voice. I'm gonna present my content, be encouraging, boom, voila, there you go. And be committed to putting out content, whether it's once a week, twice a week, whatever your schedule allows for you to do. Shout out to that brother. I'm here once again this week, putting out, this content. I'm gonna take a small break here. I'm gonna smoke this down some more, and then I'll be right back. All right, so we are back. I am edging more into this middle third. I am still enjoying this stick. And let me go back to something. ChatGPT. I checked with ChatGPT and it gave me the profile makeup of this particular stick. And so it says when you get into the second third, this may not be your experience. This is I'm going to talk about my experience, but according to ChatGPT, first third, second third, and the final third, you're gonna taste different notes, or you're gonna notice different notes. So creeping into the middle third or the second third, you might taste coffee, sweet spice, leather, and toasted wood. So far, I will say creeping out of the first third, going into the second third, I taste a hint of, or sense a hint of the light pepper, but it's real light. It's almost not even noticeable. I'll keep smoking it down and see if I get the coffee or the sweet spice, the toasted wood, and maybe leather. I don't know. We'll see. In the meantime, I wanted to, in this same, no, not there. I wanted to share my 13-point rating, how I rate my cigars. You may find this interesting. You may not. It's all good. It's, how I rate my stick. So if I've really enjoyed a stick, whether I've enjoyed a stick or not, I write on the back of, well, this one's blank, but I write on the back of my bands. In one of my earlier videos, episodes, I talked about cigars telling a story. I said that was the statement. That was the title. Cigars tell stories. I'm getting out my bands here, right? So I keep this little Ziploc bag. It has all of the bands of cigars that I've smoked. Now, there's been a couple in recent times that it didn't matter to me. I didn't really enjoy the stick, and the enjoyment, my experience with the stick was so unenjoyable. It wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it for me to write on the band. But when I have deep reflections, I'm in deep thought about different things. I have sticks, that I've enjoyed, or that was a part of that slowdown for me. And I wrote on the back of those sticks. I'm not going to read anything in particular. I just want to show a couple of sticks. And then what it also allows me to do is, kind of showcase, so to speak, all the cigars that I've smoked, that I've had the privilege of smoking. So let me just get a couple out here. It doesn't really matter where I pick from. Boom, here we go. All right, so one of the cigars I smoked was a Cayman cigars. I love those, especially the Cayman Sovereign 2. Oh, it's one of my favorites. If you have not smoked that particular cigar, you should get it. This is not the Cayman. This one in particular is not the Cayman Sovereign 2. I believe this is the Mariner. I smoked this on Christmas Day. What did I put on here? I was at home when I smoked this. And what did I say? I said God's math. I guess I was saying like God's math be mathing, right? So I don't know, something going on in my life that, I realized when I smoked this particular stick, sometimes my math doesn't math about whatever I'm going through, but God's math always maths. It always makes sense. God, the way God does things in our life, sometimes it doesn't make sense to us, but it makes perfect sense to Him. And so that was the note that I put on here. God's math be mathing, right? But talking about, okay, that's one stick, right? Okay, and then I believe this is My Father Blue. Yep, this is My Father Blue. I smoked this one at a particular cigar lounge near downtown Seattle, Jay's Cigar Lounge. I think it's on like north side. I think it's on north side. Oh, I smoked this on New Year's Day, 2026, January 1st. So yeah, this is my first stick of 2026. And then I think later on that night, if I'm not mistaken, no, that was early in the day, because I brought in the new year at my home lounge, which I talked about, mentioned in another video. Cigar City Club down in Sandy Springs. That is my home lounge. I love the people there. I love the ambiance. I love the environment. You should come by. You know what I'm saying? Come by and experience, have a beautiful experience with the people there and stuff. So anyway, that was my first stick. Then New World. Okay, so I've had the opportunity, privilege of smoking a New World. And, you know, I wrote on the back of that. So that's 3 sticks, right? I have plenty other ones that I have written on. And I say that cigars tell stories. That's the whole point. I say cigars tell stories. How you feel, right? How you feel in the moment when you're smoking a cigar, right? If it causes you to reflect, you should probably take the time to write on the back of that cigar and record that moment. That's really what I'm doing. I'm recording moments. I'm recording moments and highlighting my experience with cigars. Now, you can see in here, I have a lot of bands. And I'm going to continue to do that. Like I said, that's going to allow me to chronicle my experience with cigars and tell my story, share my story, and all that kind of stuff. Last thing I'm going to talk about here, because I want to get ready to get off here. I've been on here almost an hour. Is my rating system. I have a 13 point rating system in how I rate my sticks. Let me pull on this stick a little bit. Now, let me say a little bit about this stick. So let me, in saying something about this stick, let me share my criteria, how I rate my sticks. I'm telling you what it is. Whether it means anything to you, it doesn't matter. This is what it means to me. Some of you may choose to go another route. You may write on pieces of paper. You might create a rating system on some note paper or whatever, or a sticky note or whatever. It's your preference. It's your choice. So, like I said, I have 13 points. I'm gonna say what the letters are, and then what they mean to me. Okay, so ST. I was in the military, so for those of you who are in the military, I'm going to use the phonetic. Sierra Tango. That is smooth throughout, meaning as I've been smoking this stick, it has remained smooth throughout, right? I want to, because this is what in particular I want to say about this stick. Sierra Lima Tango is stayed lit throughout. Since I started smoking this stick up to this very moment, it has stayed lit. That's a good thing to me, right? That means I'm gonna have been enjoying this stick even more because it stayed lit. I haven't had to relight it. So that's a good thing. Delta Echo, definitely enjoyed. So anytime I put a DE on the back of the band, I know what that means. I know that I definitely enjoyed this stick, right? All right, here's another one. Whiskey Charlie, well constructed. This is a well constructed stick. It hasn't, the leaves haven't broken, nothing. I haven't had any of that happen with this stick. Coming up on an hour here, I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to get ready to get off of here. Whiskey Papa Alpha will purchase again. So, whereas I said towards the beginning of this episode, obviously some of the sticks a lot of the sticks I have smoked are box worthy, meaning I intend on purchasing a box at some point. And then a lot of my sticks are also what I call humidor worthy, in that humidor worthy sticks to me means that I will purchase a minimum of 5 up to a max of 10, and I will keep those in my humidor, when I want to smoke them and stuff. My experience with, now I might have to touch this up right now. My experience with this La Aroma de Cuba, it has stayed lit throughout. It's been smooth throughout. I've definitely enjoyed it, and I will definitely purchase it again. I won't say that it's box worthy, but it is definitely humidor worthy. So I'll buy anywhere from 5 to 10 of these sticks, and I'll have them in my humidor at a future time. What's another one? Sometimes when I don't enjoy it, then I'll put something like Delta November Echo. Did not enjoy. If I didn't enjoy it, I don't even have to put it on there. I'm not gonna purchase it again. But sometimes I'll do that. Whiskey November Papa Alpha, will not purchase again. What's another one? Mary Bravo 1 is mild body. Okay, so if it's a mild stick, or Mary Bravo 2 is a medium body stick. Foxtrot Bravo is a full body stick. Hotel Tango Kilo Romeo had to keep relighting. I may have had a couple of sticks where I had to do that. You know what I'm saying? And then the last one is Whiskey Delta Papa Alpha. Will definitely purchase again. So I have will purchase again or will definitely purchase again. If it is a will definitely purchase again, I really enjoyed that stick. Probably smoked it down to the nub. Okay, so hold on. I got to touch up this stick. We're back. All right. So I don't know if I named all 13, but that's my criteria. That's what I'll write sometimes on the back of my sticks. And that lets me know how I either enjoyed or didn't enjoy, that stick. It's either box worthy, meaning at a later time, I'm going to buy a box, purchase a box of these cigars, or it is humidor worthy, meaning I'll buy anywhere from 5 to 10. I have definitely enjoyed this stick. I'm still getting into the middle third here, or the second third, middle third. And I've been on here an hour. I don't want to keep you no longer. This again has been another episode of More Than the Smoke, where status disappears, but the smoke stays the same. I have been your host, Brother Jay. Those of you who know me, my name is Jamon. So who knows? Maybe from now on out, I'll go from Brother Jay to this is your host. I'm your host, Jamon. You know what I'm saying? If you know me, you know. Like I said, I've definitely enjoyed this cigar today. The purpose of making this episode, this is episode 4, session 3. I call my time with you. It's an episode, but it's also a session, a smoking session, right? Let me also leave you with this. I am not a medical professional, so there won't be any medical advice on here. I'm not a legal expert, so I won't be giving any legal advice. And I'm not a financial expert, so I won't be giving any financial advice on here. I plan on having music and all that kind of stuff. I'm making a lot of progress with that process, and hopefully I'll get a little more done on that today, as in real time. There'll be a disclaimer, all that. I'm proud of myself. Let me say that. I'm proud of myself. I've made so much progress. I've come a long way. I'll say this quickly in terms of in making that statement that I've come a long way. What does that mean, or what do I mean by that? In 2022, I lost my wife. My wife passed away. My family, my in-laws, they turned their back on me. That's the best way I can put it. They turned their back on me. I've known them a long time. I'm 54 by the grace of God. And if it's the Lord's will, this year in 2026, I'll turn 55. Again, I don't look like what I've been through. And I sure enough don't look 54. But God's been good to me. You know what I'm saying? 2024, I lost a good friend of mine, tragically. Last year, I lost my dad. I lost a friendship with I will never call her name. I will, if I mention her, I will always mention her. She will always be mentioned as my friend in South Carolina. We're no longer friends, but I consider her like a best friend. And so I've gone through I've been doing a lot of grieving, grieved a lot of loss of family members, and then loss of relationships. But God, He has been sure enough good to me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't come on here. I'm not here to, say I'm this, I'm that, or whatever. I'm grateful is what I am. I'm grateful. I've been in therapy almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years if it's the Lord's will. It'll be 2 years in August this year. 2 years in therapy, showing up every week, being vulnerable, being consistent, being transparent, being honest. You know what I'm saying? Telling the truth and telling my truth. And I've made huge progress. I have evolved. I am no longer the person that I used to be. And so, and what I said just a few seconds ago, I'm proud of myself. And if you have come out of if you have gone through any type of loss, you are grieving, but you are making it, you ought to be proud of yourself as well. You didn't make it by yourself. You didn't get here this far in life by yourself. It was the man upstairs. It was God. It was God. Sure enough, He kept you. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely kept me. And so the title for this episode was Consistency. I committed to coming on here every week. So if you have enjoyed this hour and 8 seconds or 8 minutes or whatever of content, if you have enjoyed it, I invite you to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification button so you know when new content has arrived. And again, this has been More Than the Smoke, where status disappears, but the smoke stays the same. I am your host, Jaman. I hope I've said something that has been encouraging, has been inspiring, and it is helping. It will help you to spur on, to continue on in life. Don't give up. Be consistent. You know what I'm saying? Be consistent with your goals, your aspirations, your dreams, whatever you're trying to accomplish in life. Be consistent, and you will see great things happen. I'm expecting great things to happen here in 2026. So with that, I'm going to get out of here. Hope you have a blessed and rest of your day, your evening, whenever you may have come across this content. It is early Saturday evening here. I'm going to continue to enjoy this stick, enjoy my day, my evening, my libation. For those of you who will come on here, this is 21 and up content. So if you indulge in or if you are smoking, my hope is that you will smoke responsibly. And if you are drinking, you are 21 years or older, you will drink responsibly. Hope you've enjoyed this. I'm out. Have a good one. Peace.